All right. Hey, welcome to another episode from the Chart Reader. It's been a full week and I've missed you all so much. I'm still not 100%, but I think I'm at least in a better place to make some videos. So, we're going to do MVIS, MBOT, NVOS, and SOUN, okay? Look, Mavis made a really big move, all right? And I was talking about the 50 moving average for a number of weeks. It looks like that was the line that mattered, which was great. Man, I just really wish Monday did a little better. And honestly, I think I'm worried about this 20 moving average. So we'll talk about this 508, and you can see the orange line right behind it. MBOT. Okay, you know I do not hate offerings. In my head, an offering is not a bad thing. It's just all about how the market reacts to the offering. Okay, so that's really the main story in MBOT. I feel it hasn't made like the actual confirmation yet. So far, so good. I'll at least say that, but I think I still need a little bit more if I remember what that chart looks like. NVOS, man, that 15-cent line feels like it's just an eternity away. And then SOUN is a continual beast, okay? So excited to talk about these four. More than anything, I'm just glad to be making videos, okay? So all that said, what are we going to do? Same thing we always do, right? We're going to take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how this thing is setting up short term. We have our 5 moving averages. There are horizontal support and resistance lines that I do draw manually myself. And then when we're done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can please like this video, subscribe to the channel, comment good or bad, share this thing on the internet. Look, anything you can do really does help me out, and I appreciate you so much. Okay, so talking about Mavis, look, I remember seeing all these little dojis back to back were just really freaking me out. You know what I mean? Like this green really should have been a more devastating red. And I think in a lot of ways, it does show the strength of Mavis, okay? We were able to just go slowly down, right? And as this was going down, we still brought the RSI super low. It actually went as low as 13. So in a lot of ways, this might have been an RSI recovery. In a lot of ways, this might have been a 50 moving average recovery. I still really am not sure what's happening right here. Really quickly, give me a sec. I want to flash NASDAQ, okay? Look, you can see NASDAQ had a killer week the 26th to the 3rd, okay? And in a lot of ways, that's what I'm seeing Mavis do. It obviously didn't hit it up in the front, but it at least got a little bit of NASDAQ follow through right there, all right? So again, I'm really trying to figure out what made this bounce. Was it this 50 moving average? All right. Was it the fact that the RSI got so low that a recovery just kind of needed to happen, right? I'm not exactly sure. Look, this is a great candle. This right here confirms that the 50 broke for sure. However, I needed a little bit better of a candle on Monday because this guy broke the 8 moving average, right? And I needed confirmation that we actually broke the 8. I'm at least glad we held 50%, right? Like that's about the halfway line, and we're definitely over that. So that does make me a little happy. But man, I think with these two lines being as close as they are, again, the 8 and the 50, and then with the 20 being right above it, I really wish Monday made a better move to 508. Right now, as it stands, I'm not entirely sure we're breaking this 20 moving average. The 20's hard, all right? And it wasn't that long ago that, look, I mean, it hits the 20 and fails, hits the 20 and fails, right? Not that like happens a bunch more. It hits the 20 and fail, hits the 20 and like this stock has struggled with the 8 and the 20 for a while. You know what I mean? So if this can crack 508, yeah, 509 is a money line for sure. And I actually would set an alert for 509. I would not mind knowing that. Again, I just genuinely believe it's going to be really hard to get over the 20 moving average, okay? Also, because again, I just really wish I confirmed a little better that we took the 8, okay? So at this point, I do believe we've taken the 50. At this point, I don't know if we're going to come back to the 50, you know what I mean? And that's ultimately what I need. I need to just genuinely believe we're gone, you know what I mean? So, The other thing, at least just worth saying, it's not really happening yet, but theoretically, these three lines, the 8, the 20, and the 50, might get close enough to where we just kind of go horizontal on these three. Not exactly sure just yet. I think I really need a better candle on Monday. Because look, MACD's still a little bit in the negative. It looks like it's trying to curve and improve, but at the same time, it's also kind of like flattening out. It's not really like curving up, right? So I'm not trying to make any like, I'm not trying to imply anything. And yeah, this is definitely not a bad RSI, but again, we were in the teens, right? So it made sense that we needed to at least recover. I don't necessarily know if we're continuing, right? So for me, Mavis will need to get over this 508 for me to actually believe, and more specifically, the 20 moving average, right? Definitely in a good place, definitely not in this downtrend that had me scared that we were coming into the threes. But honestly, I'm not I'm almost equal on this going to 508 or this coming to 386, 390, whatever you want to call it, right? Like I really am not 1,000% sure if we're going to the 20 or the 50, and I need Wednesday to let me know that. You know what I mean? So that's essentially what I'll be looking for. Man, look at this weekly. Wow. Okay. There are, just three really heavy lines, and really more than anything, there are two extremely heavy lines basically on 508. The 200 is literally parallel to it. It's probably what, at 509? 514, Jesus. It's a big distance between that line right there. And then again, you see the 100 right below it. I think, and then look at where these guys are, 336. Is that where the 50 is, 336? No, it's not. But again, I really think that this weekly goes back to what I was saying on the daily. I think we might be bouncing in this like little cluster, and I don't know if we're going to break 508. 508 is going to be hard to break. We clearly did it once, but like I always say, doing it once, it doesn't really mean much to me. We need to do it a couple times, right? So when was the last time we got over these? Okay. Hasn't been that long since, okay. Yeah, again, I 508's the money line. Really, you can argue that 514 is the money line. Maybe I should have set my alert at 515 to put us over the 200 on the weekly, but nonetheless, this is going to be a really tough line to get over, all right? I think that's a pretty good analysis of Mavis right there. MBOT. Let's come into MBOT. Okay, look, dude, MBOT was on the verge of breaking the 200 and flying. All right, it disappoints me so much when companies do things like, look again, I'm gonna say one more time, the offering doesn't scare me, the offering doesn't piss me off. What does piss me off is if the stock literally did nothing, if it just let the charts do its thing. I genuinely believe it would have broken the 200 and flown. All right, because again, if you can break all five, oh man, that's a beautiful thing. All right, so they do the offering, and really this is kind of what I remember the charts looking like: good day, bad day, good day, bad day, good day, right? Give or take. So I think what we're doing is still waiting for the market reaction. Okay, I loved this Monday candle. I wish it was a little bigger, but look at that Monday candle. Okay, the high of the day, you can see it in the box over there, 294. The close of the day, 294. Literally the entire day until the minute of close, people were just trying to buy. That's a good thing in my book, right? End of the day, nothing matters until we get over this line right here. What is that? 318. I'm going to set my alert for 319. I need 319. And again, I need a close of 319. I need to get over these lines, and then really doesn't matter doing it once. This one does it once, couldn't do it again, and then comes back, right? I need you to close, and I need you to go. That's what needs to happen, okay? At this point, we are just kind of sitting in these lines. We're just kind of waiting to see what the market thought of the offering. Again, me personally, I don't think it's a bad thing. Me personally, doesn't matter at all, right? What matters is what the market thinks. So we're definitely still in a waiting game here. Look, my best thing to say is at least it didn't dump. Okay, because oftentimes if the market does not like an offering, you will see just red, right? And I'm glad we didn't come down to the 100. I'm glad we didn't come down to the 50. I'm glad we've just been able to stay here. You know what I mean? So There's really not too much more to talk about. This thing is in a very tight cluster of moving averages. It just came off the offering, and really, we're still trying to kind of figure out what the market thinks. I don't think this last week has really like shown what the market reaction was. Hopefully, Monday was indicative of what Wednesday will be. And end of the day, I'm gonna just say it one more time. We got to get back up here, okay? If we go any lower, that's where it's gonna start getting dangerous for sure. All right. So lots of moving averages right there. There's actually not too much more to talk about on this one. Interesting. There's a little bit more spacing here, and actually the weekly makes me believe this might want to come to 340. 340 would put us well over these moving averages, actually. That's not a bad, it's definitely a better weekly chart. I think maybe my one concern is we couldn't quite get to 50% candle. Again, we're still very early in the week. We still have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, right? So I guess as long as we can close around 315 by Friday, that should give us a reason to believe we'll go to 340 by the Friday after in 2 weeks. But 315 should at least still put us where we need to. Oh man, 315 actually puts us under the 200 by a couple cents. 318 is the moral of the story. The weekly's close, but again, like I said, the weekly makes me think I should come to the 50 moving average, right? So hopefully the weekly doesn't turn poorly and then come down to 250 as well, though, because that could actually happen, right? Start one day good, but the rest bad, and then come down to the 8 moving average. So we'll see with MBOT. But again, end of the day, I think we're still waiting to see what the market. And man, look at this volume really quickly. Volume has been wildly insignificant. Literally, since, sorry, I zoomed in too much, but there was 2 big candles. There's this red one and this green one that happened on the 22nd of May. All right. Since those 2 candles, literally this one, maybe this one does it. Does it do it? Yeah, this one does it. Okay, the last day we broke, we do it again right here. Okay, listen, you get it. The 50 moving average is being really difficult to hit, all right? Most of it has been missed like incredibly. MBOT needs volume, all right? Volume is missing because look, we're in the 300Ks instead of the 5 millions. That's a really big miss of volume. So we need more volume on MBOT, and again, we need 319. I think that is a good MBOT coverage. Oh wow, I swear I didn't know NVOS looked like this. Man, look at this thing. Okay, this stock is just, I mean, on the border. It really wants to make a move and it just can't. I'm gonna see if this like downtrend is worth moving at all. Even if I do that, so right, I go from there, I hit this corner, it actually ends up hitting this corner, and it looks like we just broke it today. So again, I'm still trying to figure out what the real downtrend is myself, right? It does look like we've broken this one if, again, this is the new right line, right? But for me, I've really been saying, I feel like this 15-cent line has been the thing that needs to break, all right? If we can get into the 16s, that's really where NVOS will start to do well. But look, I mean, NVOS is at least holding. That's really the best thing I can say about this thing, because I mean, it's looked like it was gonna go. It looks like it was gonna die. It looks like it was gonna go. And you know what I mean? It's just this is such an annoying stock. I'm not gonna lie. Again, same thing that we said with MBOT. You can see, well, it's harder to see with the lack of decimals, but it does look like the high of the day was actually the close of the day. I don't think I see much of a wick up on the top, so that's always a good thing. MACD does look good, RSI does look good. Again, just wish volume was a little better, but I think really it's all about this 15-cent line that's been so annoying for what seems like weeks on weeks, right? Like if we can escape this, again, there's really a lot of reason to believe this would come to 22 cents. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, 22, maybe even 25 cents. Again, I'm not quite talking about the gap fill on NVOS yet. I think the fact that the 200 has come under this line right here will make it hard to get to 29, let alone break it and run to 1, right? But man, going from 15 to 25, give or take 26, that's a huge 66% swing if it hits, right? There's literally only 555, and we're going to add 2 of those 5s, right? So Man, NVOS is close. I am not going to pretend that I am so annoyed with this stock though. Like, just make the move and go. Like, really, you know what I mean? It's just, it is actually pissing me off. But again, this is what we do, right? We got to be patient. You got to wait for the right opportunity to jump in. If you jump in early, you got to know when to get out. Like, that is what swing trading is, right? But one more time, NVOS is standing on the edge of making a really big move. It's for sure something I have to watch on Monday, right? But, or sorry, on Wednesday, right? But man, it is quite annoying. My cat's behind me. She's playing with something, so hopefully that's not too annoying on your end. Look, hey, the weekly's not bad, all right? The weekly, this line obviously doesn't really tie well on the weekly, so just kind of ignore that downtrend. But hey, the weekly has been holding the 8 moving average relatively well. We got over it this week, and we've actually been over it for a month now, 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks, right? So look, hold the 8. That's generally rule number 1. It actually almost even looks like the 20 moving average is starting to try to curve up as well. So interesting. It's been an ugly weekly chart for a while. So hey, if this can start turning, I mean, a good weekly is what leads to great dailies. You know what I mean? So it's close. It's definitely close, but still a little bit more to go here. Damn, I made this. This is 16 minutes. Let me talk about SOUN real quick, and then we'll call it a day. Look, SOUN keeps crushing it. All right, I do love this. I obviously wish that that it like broke a little more violently out of this horizontal, but again, we've gone. I'm not exactly sure what my profits are. I know I'm in double-digit profits already. Like, SOUN has been a great trade so far. And really, sorry, let me do it on the weekly. It's a little easier to see. We are on the last line before so much red. Like, this right here is a very important line, all right? If we can, really, this one in a lot of ways was breaking, like, whatever this was, 340, okay? If we can get over 350, and I think it's actually a little more evident. Man, it's not even actually. Look at this thing. It's basically the bottom of this. If we can crack this line, look, just red, green, red, whole mess of nothing until green. Like, there's decent reason to believe we might make a real strong run to 790. Maybe like there. I think that's at least worth drawing. Basically, this little line right here, not quite 50%, but I actually don't mind that line. I think that 626 is a good line to make. Look, I for sure see that the RSI is not doing too well. I for sure see that volume's kind of teetering just a little bit. And I actually think I see a little bit of a MACD curve right there, all right? All those things are definitely in my consideration. Look, end of the day, we've been bouncing on the 8 like a beast. As long as this does not lose the 8 moving average, it should still be really good. And again, breaking 460 should maybe take us to 620, 660, I forgot what that new line was, followed by hopefully that 790. So I kind of rushed SOUN a little bit. I'm sorry about that. If there's any more questions, let me know. But again, like I said, I see these down here turning a bit. I care more about the moving averages, right? So that makes me happy right there. And again, this weekly is looking fantastic, right? So as long as we don't come down towards like 411, I'd be okay. And 411, where does 411 put us in terms of the... 411 would put us under the 8 for sure. 411, yeah, we don't want to hit 411. Hopefully we don't actually go any lower than 420, 419. So, cool. Hey, I've missed making these. It felt really good. Hopefully my voice wasn't too bad. More videos are coming.